to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah,
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. We're lost, we all know that we never really want to bond. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. We're lost, we all know that we never really want to bond. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight
to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud and
Yo, what's up, grinders? Twitter is down, so I don't know how to share this out, but whatever methods we can use, let's share it out because Twitter is down. I can't even share anything. I'm straight. I just wanted to get some stuff out there, some content out here talking about Grindhouse Law. We might have to do a part 2, but we'll see where we go from there. But shout out to all the grinders coming on in. Do whatever you can. Twitter's down for me. It's down all over the place. So, whatever you guys can do to help out, get this thing out there. Cloud. Yeah, today is a huge, crazy day, man. And, yep, the content keeps flowing here at the Grindhouse. So shout out Jedi Johnny, Chris Cobra, Elite Nick. How you doing? Dave Rock, what's up? RP Gaming, VIP, Sergeant, how you doing? Supermod Cheats, how you doing? DMs, I can't open my DMs, dude. I cannot get into anything. Twitter is down. I can't even tweet out. It says that I hit my max limit. The max limit is like 4,000 tweets a day. I haven't tweeted much at all. So I have no clue, man. Omar, shout out to you. Ancient Ruins, Discovery, Leech, Ron M, Tequila. I don't know what it is. I logged out, logged back into Twitter. It's down. I can't. And I saw the down counter. It is down. So they can keep Twitter down. Yeah. So it is what it is. We're just going to go through here. I want to do to let everybody know as you're coming on in, hit that like button. Over 100 people already. Let me tell you something. Shout out to Zuby Tech because I was able to pull the documents he sent me. Shout out to Zubes. He's the documents, and I have the CMA and the concessions that they were expecting in the thing. So we're gonna share the documents. We'll go through them, and we'll go through them there. But I had to pull them off my phone because I didn't even get them on. I didn't even get them on Twitter. I can't get anything on Twitter right now. So there's a lot to still go over with this. So stay tuned. We'll be talking about it here. Yes, I did watch a Nintendo Direct. Immediate reactions. Let me talk about immediate reactions to Nintendo Direct. I just finished watching it. I forgot that was on at the same time, so that's why I delayed the show just a little bit. But I do have my review here of the Nintendo Direct, and I'll give it right here. It's going to be short and sweet. End scene. That's it. That Nintendo Direct was utter trash, okay? I don't know what Nintendo thinks they're doing here. They're definitely riding the high horse. That Zelda, they need a breakdown of all the new mechanics and everything in Zelda. That was a waste of time. Thank you very much. My review of the Nintendo Direct. There we go. Thank you very much, Nintendo. You've shown me that why I left you so long ago, because you are lazy and you just keep recycling the same trash and you are a waste. Thank you, Nintendo. Full review right there. It's garbage. It's a waste of time, please. I'll tell you right now. They're giving you Metroid Prime Remastered, the GameCube version. That comes out today. Hooray. That's it. Where's the other Metroid? Where's Metroid 4? And then the Zelda? The Zelda, that game comes out in May. Where's the mechanics? What's the new stuff? What are we doing here? Just resting on their laurels. That's what they're doing. And then they're just throwing Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games in their service. And they're basically like relaunching this. You want $70, right? Oh, yeah, let's see. And this wasn't a Nintendo rant. This is a Nintendo rant. Let me tell you something. They're basically relaunching Thank you, Supermod. Yeah, it works for you, but it's down in the US. I cannot access any of my messages. It is done. Like, I'm glad I could get my bookmarks so we get some of the things to talk about today. But remasters, but I'm going to tell you right now, Nintendo is using Nintendo Online, their service, to relaunch their old-ass consoles. That's what they're doing. Nintendo is using that service. They're taking the Game Boy. Oh, Game Boy's coming to the Nintendo service. Let's give the whole starting lineup of GameCube for Game Boy that we released in 1990. That's what they're doing. All right, let's start. What game did we launch with in 1990? Okay, let's start it again. And that's what they're doing. Now, Game Boy Advance. Oh, yeah, you remember the launch lineup for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, here it is again. They're relaunching their old-ass consoles. Oh, come on. Those people live in their own world, dude. It's like, guess what? You can play Super Mario Kart Super Circuit on Game Boy Advance. Who? Why? What? How? Why? I'm sorry, nostalgia is great, but Jesus, it would be wonderful if those games stayed where they were. But the fact is you made Mario Karts 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, you made Mario Karts for every generation, and that game is still selling. Who wants to go back and play the Game Boy Advance version of Super Mario Kart? If you want to use those old consoles, put the games out that were unique to those consoles, that maybe only was stayed on those consoles. But don't just recycle the lineup. Oh my God. I'm like looking and I'm like, oh, Game Boy Advance games. Oh, here we go. Wario World. Like, dude, you made like 3 Warios. Like, why are we starting with 1? Jesus. Yeah, where's Mario Galaxy 3? Where's a new Yoshi adventure? Where's all the new stuff with their IP? Where's a new Donkey Kong? Where's the new stuff? Are they afraid to make new stuff because the Switch is so underpowered? Like, where is the new stuff? Oh, Nintendo rant, please. That's why I shouldn't watch that stupid direct. I thought they were going to do a breakdown of Zelda on it. They showed 2 minutes. He's like, this is Zelda. Good night. Like, what? This is Zelda. Whatever. Nintendo drives me crazy sometimes, dude. They are unique to those. Yeah, they are, but they made other versions to the other consoles. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Super Mario Kart. Who's playing Super Mario Super Circuit on Game Boy Advance when you could play Mario Kart 8? That's what I'm trying to say. Some of those games, I agree, like the Mario one, yes, the Mario and Luigi Adventures and stuff like that. But otherwise, who's doing that? Who wants to play the Game Boy Advance version of Mario Kart? Limited character roster, all that other stuff when they got 8. Where's the new stuff? These directs, where's the new stuff? They're ports, remasters. Where's the next Mario game? Where is it? Where's Donkey Kong? Where's a Yoshi game? Where's a new game? Oh, damn. And then when they have a new game, they show 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I have a Vita. I don't need... Who wants to play a Vita on the goddamn big-ass screen, dude? I played Ridge Racer. I'm not paying those mobile games on a big-ass screen. Zelda $70 confirmed? Oh, Jesus. Well, everybody was going to flex their $70, dude. I just know. Like, I love Nintendo stuff, dude. But Jesus. Like, come on, Nintendo. You have new stuff with Zelda. Let's go. You know? Show that. Break down that. Like, Sony's dropping the ball on all that nostalgia stuff and their premium, their extra, or whatever the hell that is, their premium one. Those old-ass games. Dude, it's nice to see it in a collection, but when you click on it, I don't want to play that old stuff, dude. I don't know. I just don't. Not when there's new stuff there. When there's a whole lineup of brand new games or just regular games, current gen games. Like, it's nice to go back nostalgia, check it out. But, yeah, I don't know. But that premium tier on Sony's, that sucks too. That thing is just trash. They got tons of games from the PlayStation 1 era and stuff like that. But they're just like milking that thing too. Whatever. This nostalgia thing is nice. The one thing I do have to say, Nintendo is doing a Nintendo fan's dream. is to have all Nintendo games on one platform. Hey, it sounds nice in theory, but I just think that they're trickling out very, very slow. Very slow. Nintendo's doing that. So, but I do think it is a Nintendo dream. It is nice when they show that stuff, the good stuff, but otherwise, I just like, yeah. They need, maybe Omar, that's why they're not coming out with the new stuff, like the next stuff. Maybe Zelda's, remember, Zelda seems to always be the transitioning point, right? After a Zelda, that's kind of like the next gen. So, anyway, I can't even get new stuff here, but we're going to talk about, that was my Nintendo rant. I was excited for Metroid. I'm going to say nostalgia. As much as I complained about nostalgia, that Metroid, man, when I was watching that, I was like, oh, that brought me back to some GameCube days, dude. The Metroid game. I was like, oh, baby. Yeah. So, I do have to say, that nostalgia there, but whether I'm going to play it and stuff, it's nice to see. $70. Yo, dude, those Switch games, are going to be handing them back alleyways. $70 Switch games? Do you know what you can be trading those things in? They're going to give you like $60 back at GameStop. Those things are going to be like freaking dealing. Those $70 Switch games. Oh, damn. So, what are we talking about today? So after the Nintendo Direct, I just watched it, and I was just like, the thing I think that triggered me mostly of the Nintendo stuff was that they didn't show that much of Zelda. And, it's like, come on. And I'm sure they're going to do a show in another month or so, whatever it is. But we're here because today is the doomsday for Microsoft. And Grindhouse Law is full effect right now. I had a GameCube too, for an Xbox. Super mod. I got that at launch time, the GameCube. I chose GameCube. So yeah, the CMA came back with their slap in the face to Microsoft, saying we won't have that. Hell to the no, and go fix your stuff. And Microsoft now is face down, ass up, ET hole, and now have to try to figure out how to satisfy the CMA. They're in court with the FTC. Phil Spencer, here he is.
Hi, it's Phil, I'm in court with the FTC, I got no games.
Phil's in court with the FTC. I did love my GameCube. But heads were rolling today, and they broke Twitter, apparently. But a lot of stuff going on. They had Satya was on TV. They had that grab ass and Kotick on TV. And just so what? Phil sending out resumes today, dude. I just can't believe it that they're flustered. Like, I see some kind of media like trying to damage control this thing, going like, hey, as expected, dude, as expected. Nah, man, this has gone on over a year. That's right. That's just making his cookies. He's making this. He's like, we got to fill out those orders. He's like, I don't know, I'll be covering Xbox for so long. Listen, we all know that the CMA was not having it. Okay, they know, and the FTC is waiting on the CMA. And I really don't want to get too much into the ins and outs of the stupid the things. I just look at the big picture here, and Microsoft still, to this day, has not shown or exemplified why this deal is better for gamers, better for publishers, better for developers. They just keep saying it, but they don't say how. That's been the biggest problem. They have been talking over themselves. They're trying to just say big words like, hey, look, I could say big words, and just talk very big and broad and general and just bull without specifying what is their strategy for owning this big conglomerate of studios and IP. There is no explanation how this is beneficial to the gamer, because all that's been viewed as, and this is where the CMA and FTC, they don't see the benefit here. They just see one monster company buying another monster company. And when you got the two monsters that eat monsters for breakfast, hey, foreshadow. Foreshadow. Now we see the Series X was the monster that eats monsters. Now it's the Microsoft that's eating Activision. It's the monster that eats monsters. When you see these two conglomerates come together, stuff's not right. And that's the problem that Microsoft is in. It's not Xbox buying Activision. It's Microsoft, the size of that company, buying another company. And what that would mean for the gaming industry. And that other company happens to have, what's up, JC? The biggest IP next to GTA. And it's one of those IPs that gamers, not even gamers or people, they just don't, they know Call of Duty. They know what a Call of Duty can do. They know this stuff. That is the reason why there's so much emphasis on Call of Duty. However, Microsoft just seems to be their strategy is to de-emphasize this. And that's the issue. They're trying to de-emphasize this. But it's so hard when their data actually shows how impactful Call of Duty is and how much money in the Activision deal and things and Activision financials, how much money it brought in. And actually, let's listen to the interview here.
If I'm EU does before the FTC makes a decision, if I'm Sony or I'm Nintendo,
Now I want to get this. Let me get that Fox Business thing because yeah, this Twitter is all down right now, and let me just get. Here it is. Because this is what she says in this video of this interview with Bobby Kotick.
Have you seen Activision Blizzard's report?
See?
The record fourth quarter growing 40% year over year after a strong holiday season. Just when everybody thought, you know what, the pandemic's over, people are going to get out and about, they're not going to play games.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. The company reported earnings per share of $1.87, revenue of $3.57 billion, beating Refinitive's estimates. This was in no small part thanks to the resounding successes of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Overwatch 2, with both released in October. But is the success of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and some of these other games the very thing giving antitrust regulators firepower as they hold up its merger with Microsoft? Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick joins us now.
There he is, that grab ass son of a bitch. So yeah, you notice, like the thing is how much money that made. Oh, sorry, I turned it up.
Revenue of $3.57 billion, beating Refinitive's.
$3.57 billion in revenue. I turned it up, Chad. Listen, from Call of Duty, well, the company's quarter earnings, right? And majorly by Call of Duty. Well, guess what? Sony gets a piece of that. Sony gets a piece of that. See, everybody gets a piece of that pie. Because all those sales, all that money spent on Call of Duty is money spent on Sony's ecosystem and Microsoft's ecosystem. When they buy a game, a royalty goes to Sony. Royalty goes to Microsoft. This is everybody's making money. That's why there's issues. And here's this guy. What grinds my gears?
Absolutely incredible. Give us a window into how you made that happen.
Well, I can't take any credit. We have extraordinary studios and extraordinary teams, and the people who work on these projects are the most inspired, creative, talented people in the world, and they've been doing this for a long time.
We don't want to hear your horse
versus $5.1 billion year over year. That's not exactly what others in the industry, your rivals, have been doing. So something's different of what you're doing.
No, I think, first of all, the industry itself is a $200 billion business. And if you think about just in the last 10 years, how the industry has changed, we never had Chinese competitors the way we have today. Companies like ByteDance and Tencent, these are extraordinary companies with incredible talent and a lot of vision and a lot of creativity. And then we've got great competitors in hardware companies, but I don't think we would have ever expected that more games would be played on Apple iPhones and Android phones, and that's where the bulk of the growth in the industry has come. And what you're really starting to see is what used to be a business that was about middle-class consumers in developed countries is now expanded to, for us alone, 190 countries. And that's where you're seeing this tremendous growth.
Because they got Call of Duty Mobile, dude.
It's amazing. I mean, that becomes the question, though. Could your success and the success of games, popular games like Call of Duty, exclusive to Microsoft's Xbox, can you say that that's a fair concern or not?
It's not a fair concern at all. And I think what we're experiencing
Here
right
comes
now
the horse
are
shit.
Regulators who have very little experience with our industry. There's probably a lot of consolidation that could happen over time, but it's an extremely fragmented industry. And today the dominant players are Japanese and Chinese companies. And so I think as they're starting to learn about the industry, they're realizing that that's an unfounded concern. I mean, you start with what even is Call of Duty? It's a military simulation that's based on military experiences through the course of history.
He's even downplaying Call of Duty, dude.
There's nothing proprietary about that as an idea. If Sony, for example, wanted to make games based on military, they have a film studio and a library of television programs that are all inspired that they've just done with The Last of Us, this fantastic new show that's on HBO. But they created this program from the ground up based on a video game.
Good job for them. Somebody's doing their... Listen, somebody's doing their job. You must be the other guy. Somebody's doing their job. It sounds like Sony, somebody's doing their job. Bobby, you must be the other guy because you're not doing your job. Microsoft's not doing their job. Sounds like somebody's doing their job. It's not you. Okay? And military shooters. You could just go make a military shooter. Bam, bam, pop, pop, shoot, shoot. Yeah. Go ask EA how Battlefield is doing against Call of Duty. Sony could just make a Call of Duty equivalent and we call it a day? The equivalent? Go ask EA how Medal of Honor did. Go ask EA how Battlefield is doing. Boots on the ground. You could just go make a military shooter and just do it. That's right, Tony, The Departed. Right? You could just go make a pew-pew, a little stupid military shooter, and then it's just like Call of Duty. Yeah, there we go. Let's ask all the people that made military shooters and ask them if they're equivalent to Call of Duty. Medal of Honor. Battlefield. Battlefield's been fighting Call of Duty tooth and nail from EA. So Sony could just go make one just like they made The Last of Us? No, they're doing their job. They made it from the ground up. They made this IP. No, that has nothing to do with you. So stop downplaying. Call of Duty made your hair, give it that good ass perm, that shine that you got in your friggin' hair. See that perm that you got going on there? That's Call of Duty money. All right, bitch? And the other thing, this son of a bitch is still talking 2 years later after grabbing ass. After grabbing ass, 2 years later, this son of a bitch is still employed and talking about Activision. All right? You could thank Phil and Satya for that trash. Because he went over and sniffed them out when they were grabbing ass. Their ass was against the wall. Laws were sniffing up their ass. He would have been gone by Christmas time, like the fucking elf on the shelf. He would have been out. But Phil decided to go over there and give him a whiff of some money. Kept this son of a bitch still employed. He would have been out with the elf on the shelf that holiday. He would have been gone. He would have been gone. But because Phil and stupid Satya sniffed it out death, Activision was in trouble. Phil heard them grab ass and he goes, oh, let's go. I got a guy named Booty. He loves some grab assing. That's why I call him my Booty. This dude was gone, dude. He heard all that trash that stupid company was doing. All the men, the bras, all that crap that they were doing. He knew all about it. He was gone. He was out the door. And Microsoft pulled him back in. and this son of a bitch is still talking about Activision with his perm looking real clean. He should be in a goddamn gutter somewhere, begging for money. The bullshit that he pulled at his company. Knowing all that stuff, with everything going on, knowing that stuff and not doing anything about it, that is incompetence, and he should have been gone 2 years ago. But Phil kept him employed. Satya, this deal is keeping him employed that he could sit here and talk. Money, 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 money. That's why. He knows he gets his payday and he leaves. This was his best. This was his way out. Because without this deal, he was done and the company was done. But because of this, Phil saved him again. Because Phil sniffs out death. When he hears somebody in trouble, he wants buy low. Because they're cheap bastards over there, doing more with less. Let's just buy a bunch of more studios with less money. Boom. He should have been gone. He would have been gone. He would have been gone. But he's here talking about this, making another year, 2 years later, because of the deal. So tell me how this deal is better, keeping him employed.
You should clone yourself. Why's that? So you can go fuck yourself.
Competition. I think when regulators start to understand that, they'll actually think about
You can sit on that salute.
this transaction differently.
Okay, let me just push back on that
Push
just
back.
a tiny bit, because
He shouldn't be
when
there.
you released the downloadable map pack for Call of Duty and some of these other things, the Resurgent pack for that game, I think it was exclusive
that like
for
button,
30
grinders.
days, for a 30-day window to Xbox. So if I'm hearing this from these regulators, whether they are off base or not, and it's almost like they're colluding together. Oh, what's the UK going to do? Oh, I'll wait to see what the EU does.
Yeah, that's
before
right.
The FTC makes a decision. If I'm Sony or I'm Nintendo, I'm on the phone to Bobby Kotick saying, Bobby, please tell me you're going to ensure that that doesn't happen if the Microsoft merger goes through.
He's not going to be there.
Sony's not on the phone to us. In fact, they're not returning our phone calls. And so I think
What? What? There's Sony right now. Bobby Kotick's trying to call him. Bobby's on the phone. Bobby! 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 Bobby's on the phone! Bobby! Bobby! Pick up the phone! It's Bobby. He wants to talk to you, Sony. Pick it up! Bobby! Bobby! Sony!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's what you would hear, Bobby, if you picked up the phone.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's what Sony would say to you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And this.
You heard me right? Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals!
That's what Sony got to say to you. That's what they got to say.
This is not worth it.
That's what they say to you.
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
That's what they say to you.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Oh! Why did somebody tell me my ass was so big?
They're not talking to you. Know why? Because they got nothing to say to you, because you shouldn't even be there. Bobby. 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 You shouldn't even be there. They got nothing to say to you. You need to go. Get your perm the hell out of here, you piece of shit. That's right. They got nothing to say to you, dumbass, because you shouldn't even be there talking about Call of Duty. They knew that you were grab ass and you should have been out 2 years ago.
I think one of the things that's surprising to us is this is the time where ordinarily we would be talking about the future and new opportunities.
What future, dude? You slept with the enemy. Phil Ness whipped it out, and you were with Phil. That's it. You're dead to them. You're dead. Who wants to talk to damaged goods? Your Call of Duty's done. Sony is done dealing with your ass. They slept with the enemy. It's over.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand.
Goddamn, Bobby probably pulls out the little phone. He pulls it out from Zoolander. You know that little phone? He picks it out. He's like, Sony, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, Sony. Get the little phone from Zoolander. The hell out of here, goddamn clown. He looks like Ron. All he has to do is dye his hair red. He looks like goddamn Ronald McDonald.
Opportunities together for partnership, and they just haven't been returning.
You shouldn't even be there. Nobody wants to talk to your ass.
We're as valuable as maybe they've represented to the regulators. That
You're not. You aren't. They don't want to talk to you.
we are. I think the more important thing, though, is you look at the business and you think about this $200 billion industry. You know, for us as a company, we have 400 million customers today.
Warren Buffett drops a grenade. I mean,
I don't care about Warren Buffett. Enough of this trash.
The sentence by saying, "Oh."
He shouldn't even be talking. Warren Buffett bought some stock in Kotick like I didn't even know about it. You want to know why he didn't know about it? Because he was up the goddamn lawyer's asses because he was supposed to be fired 2 years ago. That's why he didn't know. He was on the hot seat. Kotick. Look. Where is he? Where was it? Bobby Kotick was it 2021? Phil started this trash? Where was it? Here. November. This was it. Bobby Kotick knew for years about sexual misconduct allegations at video game giant. Dude, he was done. 2 days after this stuff comes out, Phil smelled it. Phil got a whiff of death. He got a whiff. And Phil went over there and gave him an out. Activision, they do. What happened to this deal? What happened? Lawyer from former Sledgehammer Games, Activision alleged in the email the client had been raped 2017 by a male supervisor. Female employees. What happened to all this article? What happened? What happened to all this insider? He was subpoenaed by Securities and Exchange Commission into how the company handled reports of misconduct and disclosed them. Mr. Kotick knew about the alleged incidents that were told with other employees. The board of directors is part of the probe. What happened to the probe? He ignored numerous complaints by female employees calling a frat boy culture. What happened? Look, this is when Phil went over there. Phil's in the crowd right now. He's in the crowd. Looking to buy them. This is what happened. The pivot. This is what drives me crazy. This was going down over there, and Phil was outside right in this crowd trying to go buy his ass. Undercover Phil. This is, look. He was done. What happened to the California lawsuit? Misconduct. The company party. What happened? That's right. Phil was in the crowd right there. He didn't inform the board about the email. Dude, he was dead to rights. Dead to rights. He was dead to rights, and Phil gave him a second life. He was done. Look, you want to see New York Times? They got him right here. New York Times. Notice the timeline. November 16th. Grindhouse Laws in session, everybody. Hit that goddamn like button. November 16th. Look where Kotick was. Look, there he is. A group of Activision workers say their CEO should step down. 100 employees protested at the companies on Tuesday. They wanted him out. He would have been gone. He would have been gone. And Phil was in the crowd, posing as a protester, and snuck in the back door and offered to buy them. There you go. Look, November 16th. Where? November 16th? Let's see when let's see when Phil Ness went over there. Let's see. Let's see, Phil. Phil, what a strategy. Let's see, Phil. After the misconduct, Phil ran over there. He went on. Where is he? Here. Bloomberg. Grindhouse laws in session. Bloomberg. Activision sexual misconduct fallout prompted Microsoft to pursue the deal. Exhibit A, B, C, D, and F. Here you go. It's right there. Bloomberg. And they want me to pay. Screw you. I'm not paying. But I can read the faint text right here. I got good eyeballs. My sources. I got my sources right here. Let me use my good eyeballs. Sources get in there. We're not paying. The goal. Support a key. He was looking for a buyout. The goal, according to a person familiar with the matter, was to offer support a key partner and make it clear that Microsoft had concerns about the treatment of women in Activision. No, they don't talk about that anymore. That they were gonna remember when they first started this deal, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna reevaluate their HR and we're gonna take." And remember all that stuff? They don't talk about that anymore, right? They don't talk about that anymore. The board and Kotick were willing to sell the company. Microsoft will be well positioned to make an offer. A few phone calls. I guess they picked up the phone. Over a 2-week period, discussions evolved. Microsoft grew interested in a takeover. That led to Tuesday's announcement that Microsoft struck a $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision, a legendary game. It's a combination of catapults, blah, 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 blah. And there it goes. I'm not paying. Sniffed him out. He was looking, he knew that his ass was done. He knew that he was done. And Phil saved him. Let's get that super chat here, grinders. Hit that like button for the Grindhouse. Sub TXT says $4.99. I love Satya saying, look at us failing in Japan. Isn't it time we compete? Bro, that sounds like a you problem. Isn't it a free market? Go and compete. You're goddamn right, Subtext. Thank you so much for the super chat. You damn right. And that's exactly the way I felt. I said, just play the bitch ass song behind them because exactly that does sound like a Satya problem. Let them goddamn compete. You know what, Subtext? That exactly how I feel with that trash. Because the problem is that you don't put any games. You don't put any games in. When you had the 360, you were doing better in Japan, right? You were doing better in Japan, right? Because you got Blue Dragon. You have Lost Odyssey. You went out and got Japanese developers to make exclusive Japanese games for your platform. That's what they did to try to entice and grow the market in Japan. They made a console. They made games. Because when he's talking about Japan in this interview, he is talking about the console. Satya, please explain yourself.
Activision Blizzard acquisition looks to be running into some real headwinds in the UK.
Bring more competitiveness to the gaming industry. And look, I look at this and say, at the end of the day, the regulators around the world have to make the choices. And I would only submit to them that if they really seriously think about competition, they have to sort of really reflect on, is this going to be helpful to bring more competition? Right? Think about this. There are people who make more money in gaming who don't even build games. Like maybe we should look at that.
Now he's going to say about Japan.
That even if you look at the console market, we should probably look at Microsoft's share of the console market in Japan as perhaps a question that somebody should ask and say, oh, wow, I wonder why that is. That's small, and maybe they should actually start competing more. So,
yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should start competing more, because I'm going to tell you right now.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our cloud.
I'm going to tell you right now. Call of Duty ain't it, because Japan doesn't play Call of Duty. So it makes no sense. Call of Duty is not going to make you better in Japan. Satya, I know you just found out you make a console yesterday and you're reading off the cue cards. Because that's what you sound like. You have no clue. You have no clue. You have no legacy. You have no idea what it took for 360 to even make headroom in Japan. But they started with games, seeking out Japanese developers and getting Blue Dragon and getting Lost Odyssey as exclusive titles to bring in the Japanese market, not getting games from Japan 4 and 5 years later thrown into a Game Pass service. That's not growing Japan. They played those games already. They played the Personas 1 to 5. Just because you're putting it on Game Pass now, a decade later, that's not making Japan better. Japan's not going to play that stuff because they already played it. All you're doing is taking games that people probably want to play in the US from Japan and satisfying them, but you're not growing in Japan. You attempted to do that. You went there and made games for the Japanese audience with Japanese developers that they respected. You think a Kojima game, a cloud game, the guy don't even talk about, is going to do anything? No. Call of Duty is not going to move units in Japan. You clown. No, they're not going to look over there because the CMA is looking at Call of Duty. And Call of Duty's impact is not going to be anywhere in Japan. You suck. You stated yourself. What are we? 3rd or 4th? Yeah, you're right. But that's a you problem.
You're my #1 customer.
That's a you problem. You've been here over 21 years doing this. And you addressed the Japan issue. It's always been an issue. Hell, the design of the Xbox 360 was a concaved look. Smaller, because the Xbox OG was huge. And it was not in for the Japanese homes. They made the 360 smaller, more appealing to a Japanese market. That's the reason for the 360 design. Satya, where were you? How do I know this and you don't? Please tell me, Satya. The design of the 360 was a concaved look, or convex, whatever the hell they called it. But it was for the Japanese market. That's why they pulled out the power brick. They made it slimmer, smaller, because the Xbox OG was too big. That was an attempt to appeal to a Japanese market. Then they went out and got Japanese exclusive games from developers and made them and supported them and published them to try to bring in the Japanese audience. What have you done? Nada and shit. All you done is run your mouth about cloud, and that poofed up in the air, and now you're running your mouth about AI. Well, I'm about to give you drop some knowledge on your ass. You're never going to be big in Japan. You're never going to do anything in Japan. But guess what? You could start by making some goddamn games. Yeah, take that for some AI. Gio knows gaming with the 5. He goes, Microsoft abandoned Japan, not the other way around. IGN laid it out perfectly how Microsoft abandoned them. They did. The Xbox One was an abandonment. They went back to their old practices with that stupid Xbox One. The 360 was an attempt. They actually did well globally with the 360. They did well. Where is that strategy with the 360? He don't care about the consoles. He don't care. He don't care about any of this shit. He is a puppet. He is a puppet, Big Daddy Warbucks that just signs the check and Phil Ness goes out and spends it. He knows nothing about the strategy of a gaming platform. Nonetheless, of an entertainment platform. He does not know how to entertain. He bores you. He will tell you about AI making decisions for you. Do more with less. So that all he has to do is pay a small group of people to maintain some bull. So he saves money, he gets his bonus, and he rides into the sunset. He wants to cut the trim the fat. And 10,000 people were laid off from Microsoft. So Kotick, talking about this is great opportunities for employments, we're not talking about that, goes out the ass. Microsoft just laid 10,000 people off. He don't care.
So I hope that the regulators take an approach that is going to truly be beneficial to gamers. It's going to be beneficial to all publishers and make all of gaming more.
Exactly. Can't turn them off.
To all publishers. And
How? This is all they say, dude. All they say. What?
It's going to be beneficial to all publishers and make all of gaming beneficial to gamers. It's
How?
going to be beneficial to all publishers.
How?
Going to truly be beneficial to gamers.
How does it be beneficial to gamers? Please tell me. How's the Bethesda beneficial to gamers? Please tell me. How? Starfield not on any other platform besides the Microsoft PC and Xbox. That's beneficial to gamers? Redfall. Hi-Fi Rush. Great Switch game, right? Nope. Hi-Fi Rush would be great on the Switch. Nope. What happened? And tell me, how will this be beneficial to who?
It's going to be beneficial to all publishers. And
how? How is it be beneficial to all publishers? Why? Because you're buying them all? All publishers. So, like, Take-Two is better because of this? How? How is this beneficial to publishers by you buying a publisher? But you're not saying the publisher. You're saying all publishers. How? This is all they've been saying. It's great for gamers, great for publishers, great for gaming, great for competition. How? How? But Aaron, let me tell you something, Aaron. Dirty ass Jim Ryan is not on here saying this is better for gamers. He's not. It's them talking over themselves. Do you see the problem? They won't shut up about it, and they're saying all the wrong things. How is this better for publishers? Spider-Man's great for gamers because you want to know why? The people who choose the PlayStation platform get a game that's maximized on the PlayStation platform. But Sony's not going out there going, this is good for everybody. No, Sony's saying this is good for us. As they should. He's the one that's saying this is not great for Xbox. He's saying this is great for the world. How is this great for the world? Sony's not going, hey, Spider-Man's great for all publishers. No, it's not. It's great for Sony. It's great for Sony. But Sony's not the one saying this bullshit. See, that's the problem, Aaron. You and other people don't get. Microsoft is the one that's talking about kumbaya, world peace, Miss America style. Meanwhile, they're the slick dicks that are just basically putting their shit exclusive. But they come out and they come out all looking. Dude, they're basically just coming out pig on a lipstick on a pig. Oh, wow, look at that pig with the lipstick on there. They wipe all the lipstick. Oh, shit, it's just a pig. Microsoft's the one that's walking in there like the Trojan horse, like the Kumbaya, the Dalai Lama. Oh, this is great for everybody. But meanwhile, in the back, all they're doing is making shit better for them. So don't come out here, two-faced son of a bitch, telling me that this is better for everybody and that basically you're just benefiting your own, lining your own pockets with money. That's the problem. Sony's not out there talking world peace. Sony's going, this is good for us. If you want to be it, buy us. There you go. Microsoft's not doing that. Microsoft's putting on this front, this face, this trash to make it look like they're saving gaming. The only person that needs to be saved is them, because they're the only ones that suck. Until you realize that, you're a lost soul, because you cannot see the writing on the wall. Nintendo, Sony, they're doing fine. Over and over and over again. Money, 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 money. The only one that's down, the only one that sucks is this dude right here. His company is in the toilet. Maybe not on services with Office, but they suck. Microsoft sucks with Xbox dragging them down. That's the problem. And this governor bitch is running around going, we need to make gaming better. No, you need to find your place in gaming because you lost it. You destroyed your franchises. You lost it all. That's the problem. In your seeking for 2 billion gamers, you lost the 50 million that actually gave a shit about you and about the brand. Not even about you, but about Xbox. In your search for the forgettable people, 2 billion people that don't even care that you're alive, you lost the core audience of 60, 70 million Xbox fans that really cared about you and cared about the franchises. You destroyed them. The Halo franchise is in the dumps. You destroyed Halo channels because people don't even know what to do with the content. You destroyed Crackdown. You're trying to bring back Perfect Dark and Fable. Make this make sense. You close down Lionhead, who makes Fable, to then have a racing studio make the game. Makes no sense. You hire the Avengers of gaming studios that does quadruple A games and say, you're going to make Perfect Dark, a franchise that we did nothing with since we bought Rare. This is the problem. They don't make no sense. Oh, and then by the way, you know what? You're only 40 people. We need help. Let's go get a second party. Dude, it makes no sense. They lost everything. That's why even if this Call of Duty deal goes through, if this whole thing goes through, Nintendo and Sony will be fine. And I think the deal's going to go through. I think it will. There will be concessions, I'm sure, just like I said. But I'm going to tell you, in the long run, Sony and Nintendo are going to be fine. You want to know why? Because they got their IP and they didn't kill it. That is the soul. That is the heart and soul of Nintendo and Sony. And I went on a rant this earlier about Nintendo, but you want to know what? They know how to use their IP to leverage their success. And Sony does the same. They're talking about the Last of Us show. The Last of Us show, I think it changed HBO to say we're not partnering with Discovery anymore in this stuff. It showed that quality content, something that's done incredibly. Last of Us changed HBO. Instead of viewers dropping off, it's multiplying episode after episode. They can't believe the success that Last of Us TV show is doing. And that is just a basis of how Sony really respects its IP. That's why if all this stuff goes through and Microsoft's sitting there with Activision and all this stuff, with great power comes great responsibility, and we've seen Microsoft has zero responsibility. Ask Mixer. They just shut it down. All those people, they just shut it down. But Nintendo and Sony have their soul. They have their IP, and they're not going to disrespect their IP and drive it into the ground that Microsoft did to their Halo, Crackdowns, Gears. Who the hell knows? They destroyed Halo. That's why they will be fine. They will be immune to anything going on. Microsoft's trying to chase this hype train. AI, they're trying to chase technology. And while they're chasing, they're leaving everybody behind. People are buying consoles going, where's the 12 teraflop power? What's going on? Where are the games? Yo, we're talking about AI, dude. Catch up. It's just crap. And that's the thing. They're talking. Like they're going to save games. Nobody needs to be saved. Nobody needs to be saved. Only Microsoft needs to be saved. You saw the financials. Nintendo, Sony doing great. Year over year, growth. VR is getting out there. And Microsoft's going like, well, we need to compete. We suck. This will make us better. How? Call of Duty 2 and Game Pass will make you better? You suck. You said it yourself. I didn't say it. You suck. VR. Remember you was talking about AR and VR, and they fired the whole goddamn department. They're gone. Gone. That's it. There, that was great. Kinect gone. Mixer gone. This is it. And that's why I think the deal is going to go through. We're going to go over the document now. But the deal's going to go through. Because this is all they got left. They've abandoned everything else. They can't rely on their IP. They can't rely. Bethesda is, who the hell knows? Even if Starfield's a banger, dude, it's not going to bring Microsoft back into the limelight because guess what? You could just buy it outside any Microsoft system. It's not going to sell consoles. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to bring 360 back. It's done. It's over. They need to buy this Activision deal and close up shop and just be a publisher. And that's all they got to do because that's what the concessions are going to be. You got to just make the game everywhere forever and move on. That's it. They don't need money, dude. It's not going to bring Xbox, the Call of Duty rev. Yeah, you know what else I heard too? I heard about Microsoft putting all their games on PC was going to give them more money to make great games. Oh my God, I could go grab clips of people telling me that. You know, Microsoft putting their games on PC will just give them more money to make great games. That was 6 years ago. We're still waiting for the great games that would be using with the PC money. So the revenue that they make from Call of Duty is not going to yield new games and great stuff because they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to make great games. They don't know how to do anything with their console. They lost their way. And that's what grinds my gears. They lost their way, dude. The Game Night 1, 2, 3 with the 5. And now, according to Tom Henderson, Sony aims to sell 10 million consoles during the holidays and aims to have sold 67 million by March 2024. They're not stopping. Borrowed time. Microsoft's here fluttering in the wind, trying to say, let us compete. And meanwhile, you have an install base of Nintendo blowing up to 120-something million consoles. And then you have Sony anticipating 67 million in 4 years. Less than 4 years. That's going to be a market that Microsoft cannot ignore if they want to be the kumbaya of gaming.
You're my number one customer.
All right? That market of Nintendo and Sony is dominant it's like back in the old PS2 days and even beyond that. Like, it's the old days. Nintendo and Sony are fighting tooth and nail, making tons of money in this business by just making great games and respecting their IP. That's all they're doing. They're just doing their job. This guy's not doing his. So with that, let's see what they said. Where is my thing? Hit that like button, grinders. We got the docs. Documents. There we go. And there's so much to do. The internet is ablaze. Twitter, I think, is still down. Who the hell knows? Is Twitter down still? Yep, Twitter's still down for me. But it is a comedy act on Twitter right now. This is pretty funny. Shout out to Tim Dog. I just thought this was pretty funny. This timeline. Tim Dog in April of last year. Activision deal 50-50, I'm hearing, but that's uninformed. Still feel Microsoft has an advantage due to time. October, Activision, 80% deal approval chance, 30% discount. He thinks 80% deal. And then today, I say the deal's on serious jeopardy. What a timeline. It was 50-50, 80-30. I don't know how it's 80. What's it? 80% approval chance. And now it's in jeopardy. I thought that was humorous on that one. So we have the CMA stuff. Where is this thing? And then we got our good friend. And you know what? Before I move into the CMA documents here, I got like my good friend here, Bootleg Jez Meltdown. The hell's going on? Bootleg Jez Meltdown on Twitter. Yo, and what did I say, Grinders? What did I say? Merger can make Microsoft even stronger on cloud gaming. Stifling competition is growing. Dude, he is just wilding over there. He is wilding. The CMA is a joke, he says. Just like he was going after the FTC. I'm embarrassed to live in a country run by such morons. And then he's like, you telling me I'm not emotional about this? Bootleg Jez, man. Yo, man, you don't even play games anyway, dude. He plays World of Warcraft. He don't even play Bootleg Jez. He don't even play games. He can care less. If you listen to him, man, he don't play. He don't play games, dude. He's a Windows Phone reject. He's a Windows Phone. You don't believe me? Did somebody say they don't believe me? He's a Windows Phone, dude. I told you. Windows Central was Windows Phone Central. There are a bunch of Windows Phone dudes that have to cover Windows and Xbox now. I told you. There you go. He's not emotionally invested because he don't play games. He don't play. Talk about Windows Phone. They are. Windows Central was Windows Phone Central. Well, just like Android Central, just like iMore. I told you. I love my Windows Phone, Aaron. I had the Nokia 6500, the big one. They didn't have the apps. They paid devs to make apps. They're Windows Phone Central. They're Windows Phone dudes covering games. They're not covering. They don't game. They don't play games. You hear him. Even on Rand's podcast, dude. I listen to that stuff. He don't really play. He just does rumor mill shit. I hear that he has inside sources. That's about it. I got sources too. My two eyeballs. But he hates the Activision. He don't play Call of Duty. What does he care? He don't even play Call of Duty. But anyway, I thought that was funny. Don't even play Call of Duty. So this is the deal right here. So this is the stuff. This is the stuff that dreams are made of. We're not going to go through all of them. This is probably going to be a couple of things. Shout out to over 300 people on this impromptu gaming grindhouse. Grinds, Gears, Bite, whatever the hell I call this thing. Let's go. Twitter's working for some people, not for me. It says I hit my max tweets. Let's see. Come on in. Let's see if I can do, let's see if I can tweet out somebody's share. Geo Knows Gaming. Geo knows best. I said Geo Knows Gaming. Join in. We are reviewing the documents. The good stuff. Oh, damn. Spelled that thing wrong. Can I tweet? Yes, I can tweet. Holy Jesus. Everybody share out the video. Holy crap. Finally, I can tweet. The hell is going on out there? Trying to hold me down. Look at this. I'm talking to myself here. What the hell's going on? I'm going to share it out. Let's go. I can share it out now. Yeah, my DMs are gone. All right. Woo. Oh, your Geo knows best. Geo knows gaming. There we go. Gotcha. I knew it was the same guy. That's real close.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Ken Van Rampy. Thank you. Oh, no, we got that name right. Thank you for joining the Grindhouse. Hit that like button. New subscriber. We're on our way to 2,000. To 2,000. Just over about 90 left to get 2,000 subscribers here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Things are going to be blowing up. Got some review codes. Got some Grinds Bites. Got some streams. We're rocking. We're going. And the Grinds board just going to get bigger and bigger. So keep liking us, dude. I thank you so much for your support. Hit that join button. You want to be a VIP grinder. And actually, you know what? Before we get into the documents, just 1 second. 1 second. We got to, oh, damn. We got to thank them. We got to thank the VIPs. I forgot to do it. Guys. But we got it. We got them. Get them, Herman. I got to thank the VIP grinders for supporting this channel. You guys are great. We're over like 37, 38 members, 40 members. Like, it's insane. I want to thank you all for all your help, all your support, man. Make me do the giveaways. Make me keep bringing more of these shows to you. And thank you again to the VIP grinders. This is not sponsored. This is not sponsored by no Game Pass. It's the VIPs. It's the grinders. You keep this thing up. Keep this thing going. The Grindhouse powered by the grinders. Thank you again, grinders. Hit him, Herman Holtz. He says we're drinking Diet Dr. Pepper tonight. Shout out to the VIPs and quality splits. Now, let's do the docs. Let's go to the docs. The hell, where are the documents? Oh my God. I need the documents. There they are. There they be. All right. The remedies and this. Okay. So, are we ready? The Herminator. Let's see. Make sure I got him. All right. Let's do it. Oh, where are they? There we go. All right, got them. Let's zoom in a little bit. So yeah, so this is the actual CMA summary document here. All right. This one here is, so this is basically, I was going through it, and you know, this is what their decision is. So just to highlight some of the things here. They found that provisionally found that Xbox and PlayStation compete closely with each other, and that they compete closely with each other, and that Activision and Call of Duty is very important competitive offering to both. The evidence suggests that after the merger, Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make COD an exclusive to Xbox or available on Xbox on materially better terms than on PlayStation. We provisionally found that this would substantially reduce competition in gaming consoles to the detriment of gamers, Xbox and PlayStation gamers alike, which could result in higher prices, reduced range, lower quality, worse service, or reduced innovation. They don't have to go far for that. You could just follow Microsoft since 2017 and see all that stuff happen. Right? I can tell you higher prices, reduced range, lower quality, worse service, and reduced innovation. Wow. That just basically is I got a song for that.
Oh, it's Psychonauts 2. New games are coming back.
You just watched them, 2017. Facts. Smack them with the facts.
What to play first and what to play last.
The proof is right here. Go ask Halo. Dude, go ask Halo. Like, is this not factual or not? Like, you don't need to assume anything. Go ask their biggest IP. How that works. Yeah. Sounds about right, right? Then they go into cloud services. We found that Activision titles, including Call of Duty and certain PC titles, such as World of Warcraft, will be important to the competitive offering of cloud gaming services as the market grows and develops. We provisionally found that after the merger, Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision titles exclusive to its own gaming service and available there on materially better terms than on rival cloud gaming services. We have provisionally found that Microsoft already has a strong position in this market through its ownership of Xbox, a global cloud computing system, which they said it was. PC operating system, and their leading PC operating system. We are concerned that even a moderate increment to the strength may be expected to substantially reduce competition in the developing market and detriment to current and future cloud gaming users. See? So as you see, Stadia going away, Luna not doing anything, and Microsoft talking about cloud in every goddamn sentence out of their mouth.
And so everything that we are doing with our content, with our our cloud and
ouch. See? You should have shut it up. You should have kept quiet, Satya.
Stop it! And stop shouting! I'm not deaf!
Yeah, you should have kept quiet. Because now you're the only show in town. So now it makes you kind of a bullseye for cloud computing and cloud gaming because everybody else is gone. So you're the only one. So now it gives you all the leverage to, if anybody else wants to compete, you are already the big dog in town. Oops. Oops. Should have kept your mouth shut. But you didn't listen to the Grindhouse. So this is the data that they figured it out with everything. This is what they figured out.
Another one.
So yeah.
You just made the list.
Kevin Green's a VIP right now. 8 months. Thank you so much, Kevin Green, for being a VIP grinder. He goes, sup, Jez? I guess Microsoft's going to buy a music and movie studio to compete. According to Bobby Kotick, Microsoft and Bobby are a joke. The 3 C's. Oh, yes. I roasted them a little bit earlier, Kevin. Thank you for being a VIP grinder for 8 months. Thank you so much. But yes, they are. I don't know why this Last of Us thing is turning into something like, look how great Sony is. They made The Last of Us. It's like, oh, thanks for the PR, dude. So this is why the same 3 companies have been only major suppliers in the console gaming market for 20 years. The past 20 years, the same 3 companies have been the only significant suppliers of console gaming. Right? Gaming consoles compete across different paths. So this is like the story of console gaming. I'm not going to bore you with this stuff. And now cloud gaming has the potential, and it's growing as an alternative to consoles, which it is what it is. But cloud games started to emerge on gaming consoles and PCs, where gamers typically download stuff, but they don't do that. So there it goes. So the evidence we've seen suggests that cloud gaming may be an important disruptive force in the gaming industry, since games are executed remotely, right? Oh, the Claymore, what is this? Gifted one. I don't know what the gifted things. Thank you, Claymore has gifted 1 gaming subscription Grindhouse memberships. Thank you so much. I guess I don't even know what to do. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with the gift.
You just made the list.
I don't know. Sergeant has become a VIP grinder. Thank you so much, Sergeant. Claymore, thank you for the gift. This is my first gift. I don't know. Do I gift it out or? I don't know. I don't know YouTube. But thank you so much for gifting a Grindhouse membership. And Sergeant, I think, took it. Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant, for being a VIP grinder. I don't know what's going on. And here they are. Amazon Luna, NVIDIA, GeForce, Shadow, Stadia, now shut down. See? Not good news, grinders. Not good news.
Give me your subs, give me your money, worth for games. It's on Game Pass, Realness is real, and people compete. Trust me, it's on Game Pass, let me sign your backup.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for explaining what the gifts are. I don't. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for going to gift out, supporting the Grindhouse here. But yes, now shut down. So this is some funny stuff here. Microsoft has a strong gaming ecosystem. This is where they kind of put Microsoft back in check. Hey, Microsoft, guess what? You have been here for a while. This is not your first rodeo. You've been here, dude. And it says, since 2001, Microsoft, remember? Satya probably doesn't, but since 2001, you've been releasing several generations of Xbox consoles. Surprise! Surprise! To Satya's shock. He's like, huh? We've been releasing consoles since 2001? What? Satya was like, what? I thought the series was our first round. I thought the Xbox One. Huh? Surprise, Satya. This is not your first rodeo, dude. You've been here since 2001, remember? Huh? Yeah. And then wait, let me remind you about your success, because obviously you think you started sucking. You know? Obviously, Satya just came in going, oh, I thought we always sucked. No, Satya, the CMA is here to remind you. You did some things.
Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on? It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. What? They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Let's see. It released several generations. Gamers typically downloaded digital copies. They wanted to play from the Microsoft Store. They also paid a monthly fee to gain access to a library of games. Microsoft was a publisher and currently owns 24 game studios. Surprise! Ooh, surprise! Many of Microsoft's first-party titles are available exclusively to Xbox. Microsoft has other businesses that are important. Xbox Cloud Gaming offers a range of services. And then PC, you know, the thing that carries Xbox right now, Phil? Yeah, that's the biggest too. Uh-oh. You don't sound so small and incompetent. Interesting. And now they talk about the success of Call of Duty, how it's so important and big. Look what they're using, the financial quarters of 2022. Oops. Not a good thing that Call of Duty did too hot. Oops. So they go on to explain why these two things. And I wanted to see, where was the one part that I don't know, where did I read it? I think it's up here. Where did it say it? Oh man, I just wanted to see if I found it. No, where was it? There was another paragraph that they said you created, you would like to create, I think it might be in the other, wait, I think it's down here. So yeah, they sent out the request. This is them gathering the data, how they looked at it. We know some of this stuff here. And the two ways in which the merger, and this is the SLC means it's the SLC means the substantial lessening of competition. Okay, what's up, Maniolas? How you doing? So we examined the merger. So here we go. We decided the merger will result in an SLC, so that's competitiveness, of reducing competitiveness, and will require an answer with an expedited. Okay, yeah. So first considers whether Microsoft would be harming gaming consoles now and in the future by making COD exclusive or making their rivals worse, whether it be commercially beneficial to do so. And that's the thing. It would benefit Microsoft to make this exclusive. See, they're basically... Thank you, Supermod Cheats. VIP Grinder. We're going to get Supermod on the show. He's going to be doing a show. We got Supermod. We can get him on. Thank you. He's the one who puts all the grind stamps in the chat. Thank you for being a VIP Grinder. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for all the VIPs. Thank you so much. I'm like stuttering. I'm stuttering Grindhouse. So thank you so much. I'm just incredible. Thank you so much for gifting. Awesome. Thank you. So basically, them taking the Call of Duty. See, well, Bethesda wasn't doing too hot. Bethesda didn't really have the big IP. So the way they got the Bethesda deal through was that Bethesda didn't make financial sense to make games exclusive. And if you remember on the Grindhouse Lore episode, that's like the biggest viewed channel, biggest viewed video on my channel. It's like 5.2 thousand. Incredible. That one is, it tells you in there how Bethesda the way they got that through was they made Bethesda games so insignificant that it said, hey, we will be stupid to make this game exclusive. It makes no financial sense to make a Bethesda game on our console exclusive because Bethesda games are usually not that big. And it would be beneficial to put Bethesda games on everything. That's the lingo that they used in the CMA approval. That's what they did. So basically, they said it with the Bethesda was to say, oh, well, Bethesda games don't sell that much. They're not that impactful. So it'll be silly for us to just make it exclusive on Xbox. It'll be better for us to put Bethesda games everywhere. And then that's what happened. That's how they got that through. But you're not going to be able to play the same game with Call of Duty. And also, just like Umar said, they lied. They flat out lied. So think about the business sense. They proved to the CMA that, hey, Bethesda games suck. We're not going to put them anywhere. That to make them exclusive, it would be foolish on our part. Bethesda games should be everywhere. And look what they did. They put their games only on Xbox. Starfield, Redfall, Hi-Fi. Because right after the deal got through, then Phil came out and said, hey, you know what? We can make all the money back for Starfield just by putting it on PC and Xbox. We good. We don't need PlayStation. We don't need them. That was after the deal. Before the deal, he was buttering that CMA ass. He was buttering their bread. He's like, oh, no, but it'll be stupid for us to do this. So now they're trying to do the same thing for Call of Duty. It wouldn't be beneficial for us to take it off PlayStation and put it on our platform. Why would we do such a thing? It's ludicrous. Why would we do something like that?
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Exactly. They're doing it because it benefits them, but they're putting on a face to lie. So it's not working this time because Call of Duty had so much success. They cannot say, well, it makes no sense because Microsoft could lose like that, dude. That's the reason why. So they're saying Call of Duty is huge. There's no way that can't be exclusive. It makes no sense. It's too big. And then if cloud comes in, how are we going to do cloud? No competitors. You have the biggest IPs. Right? So these are the remedies that they put. And this is what was going around today. The documents are the remedies. So basically what they were saying is that we determined that Call of Duty is too big for somebody to take away and put exclusivity. And Microsoft cannot put this in the cloud. So what will make everything easier is if they just, here's the criteria. We determined that this will decrease competition, so lessen competition. And it will be adverse effects to the market. And this is the remedies. And to sign the remedies, they'll have particular need to achieve a comprehensive. So these are the provisional remedies here. They identified 2 SLCs, the reaction to the merger. So the SLC in gaming consoles is that the gaming console and the cloud. And these are the remedies. Remedies are the appropriate remedy they will consider. So what they wanted is structural. Sell off. Here it is. Divestiture of the business associated with Call of Duty. Divestiture of the Activision segment of Activision Blizzard. Or divestiture of the Activision and Blizzard segment. So you just get King. Because that's what Phil said. It's all about mobile gaming. Just get King. So they say get rid of Call of Duty. Get rid of the whole Activision. The main crux of the whole deal. Divest the whole thing. Get rid of it. They're not going to do that. So that's their concession. They also said they will be open to the other ones, which are, those are the divestiture ones. The behavioral remedies they are open to. And they said that they will change the business conduct for what's expected. So for behavioral remedies, those are structural. So divest those parts. Get rid of Call of Duty. It'll be easier for everybody. We don't have to worry about it because Call of Duty is too big and it's affecting this merger. Which, that's crazy. What's up, Sick? How you doing? So this one is saying Specific specification risk. The risk is that it may not be possible to specify the form of conduct required in sufficient detail. Circumvention risk, distortion risk, and monitoring risk. So they will consider, but they might not select a behavioral remedy as a primary source of remedial action that's not present in this case. And I think, where was it that it say? Cost of the remedy. Where the hell is it? I read it. I'm trying to find where it was. So they'll seek. It's like they have to enforce. Where is it? Ta-da. Oh, where the hell was it? Is it below here? No, that's next steps. Where is it? There we go. Behavioral remedies seek a change in aspect of the party. A behavioral remedy would involve Microsoft and Activision agreeing to take certain actions post-merger. For example, making Call of Duty and other games available to other platforms in order to remedy the SLC. See, so that whole 10-year thing, but here it is. But for the behavioral remedy to be effective, the CMA will need to be confident that it would address the SLC comprehensively, both now and in the future as the market and competition change in development. The CMA will also need to be confident that the remedy was capable of effective implementation, monitoring, and enforcement. So, there you go. So, nothing really changed from their initial review. They basically said there's two things. You either get rid of the Activision Blizzard or Activision part, or you're going to have to put something in writing that's going to be a behavioral remedy to ensure that Call of Duty and Activision games stay on all platforms. And who knows if the 10 years is going to be good enough? My thing is that 10 years, what happens in 10 years? Does Microsoft not own Activision anymore? So this concession of 10 years just seems to be pacifying because it makes it seem like, so you just put this game on 10 years. Microsoft wants out of the console business anyway. And I bet you they forecast in 10 years, we will be not making consoles anymore. And that's when we'll strike with our cloud. And guess what? We met our remedy of 10 years. So now we could do whatever we want with all the Activision IP. And we could just put it exclusively in our cloud because we did our 10-year promise that everybody agreed upon. And now we could do all the flexing that we want because now cloud gaming is where it's at. And our cloud service, which I don't even think Microsoft is going to last that long in 10 years. But I think they're going to be out of this whole thing anyway. Or divest and sell off all this stuff because they can't keep losing money for 10 years. If these movements, and that's the thing, if these movements do not move the needle for them financially and growth and stuff like that, this will be gone. 10 years, they will sell off the whole goddamn division like they did Nokia. Okay? They will get rid of the division like Nokia. They bought a whole ass company in Nokia and said, we're not doing phones anymore and sold that shit off. They will do the same thing with all that IP. So that's another reason why them having all this IP, they will go sell it off. There will be a fire sale and they will go sell Halo to Amazon and sell, an IP, or maybe they'll sell like Sunset or whatever. They'll sell, Fable to Rockstar. Who the hell knows? There'll be a fire sale. And they'll have all this IP that they can try to make some of their money back. But that's kind of like what they're going to do. Because I can't see Microsoft losing money hand over fist because of this division if these things don't grow. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a business owner. I'm not a Microsoft person, but I'm not a Microsoft business person, but I'm going to tell you right now, this stuff, this whole Activision thing, it's not going to move the needle. This Activision purchase is not something that's going to bring in an influx of Xbox growth and services growth. It's just not going to. It has to be a litany of quality games that they need to get that back. And they are doing a horrible job in just releasing the stuff that they have been owning since 2018. I know Atomic does own Sunset. That's why I took that back. I didn't say all Sunset, but I was like, they already own it. They bought it back from Microsoft. But like the thing is that Microsoft is not going to this stuff is not going to really move to the subscription numbers and the growth that Phil wants. And that's why Mixer closed down. They will shut it down. So 10 years, who knows in 10 years? Like, oh, yeah, we put Switch on, well, in 3 years, we're going to... It makes no sense. Because this is that's the thing that grinds me up so much. Like, this whole Activision thing, they're barking up the wrong tree. This thing is not, like, this is not right. Like, what is this going to do? So they slap a brand name on Call of Duty. It's not going to do anything. And it's the truth. They got to make unique games that people want to play. That's how Nintendo and Sony are doing it. That's how Microsoft did it and was successful with it. But this whole play your games wherever you want and they're games that nobody wants to play, that's a recipe for disaster. And that's what they're doing. But this 10-year plan, like if the CMA falls for it and stuff like that, like what is that going to do? So 10 years from now, we're going to be like, Xbox is back. We're going to be, just wait. 10 years from now, Xbox will be able to flex that Call of Duty.
Wait, just wait till E3 there will be a showcase, but I can't say when all our games need help. Brooklyn Studios helping with Perfect Dark.
Is that what we're going to do? 10 years, then we'll be able to flex our Call of Duty muscle? Please. Borrow time. Time's up.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Time is up. But now, Microsoft lawyers, the Game Pass lawyers, they're going to need to figure out what to do and see if this 10-year deal works. But if Sony's like, Jim Ryan's like, I'm not dealing with 10 years. I want to promise forever. That might make the CMA reconsider whether they approve it or not. They're like, well, your competition, because if you look how they accepted all these things, basically they asked the publishers, they asked all different people in the industry, what they think. And, they're going to be getting the feedback whether they accept if 10 years they're successful. And the FTC and the EU, all of them are going to fall in line, and they're waiting to see these concessions and see what Microsoft does. But, like, they already said the 10 years. But, dude, 10 years? It's crazy. It's not. I don't even think they will last the 10 years, dude. They're not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Microsoft's never in things for the long term. That's the thing. They have never been things for the long term. If they don't see a movement in Game Pass numbers after this deal, like I think Starfield's the next pillar. If Starfield does not move the needle, if it sells well and does all this stuff, but if it's not a premier success, they're going to pivot again. I don't know. Starfield needs to be that. And who knows? It didn't have a good showing. And they're not doing such a great job hyping it up. They're hiding it behind doors like they did Halo Infinite. But you heard how much money Activision made. Like these idiots that are talking about Sony's ruining everything. You see how much money is made with Call of Duty. Sony gets a part of that money because it's bought on their platform, the royalties. And their royalties will be going to their competition. Their royalties will be affected. Their negotiation leverage will be gone with Call of Duty. But I don't think that will be, and I think Sony is playing it up. Like, I don't think it will be detrimental to Sony at all. Because Sony will be immune to it just like Nintendo is. I think Sony will be affected by it, but I don't think Sony's going to be devastated by it. And they're already mixed messaging Call of Duty for this year. At first, it was just going to be just updates to Warzone 2. Warzone 2 is not doing too hot because it's long in the tooth. There's features missing. Warzone 2 dropped off pretty quick. And now they're saying, well, they're going to do Call of Duty, a premier Call of Duty title. It's supposed to be Modern Warfare expansion. That's going to piss people off. So, who knows? They got to be real clear because they already said that they were not going to have a full Call of Duty, but then they're saying, and then it's coming from Sledgehammer Games. So, not good. So, that's just the weakest of the three. That's probably going to be a phone-in. But I remember when the Activision deal was getting done, they were like, oh, yeah, no Call of Duty next year, not for the next 2 years. Yeah, because they thought the Microsoft money was going to keep them afloat. Well, this deal went on too long, and now they realize they got to make a Call of Duty this year. That's probably what happened. Who knows? Grindadamus strikes again. Who the hell knows? But Grinders, it's been a wonderful show. I want to thank for the huge turnout for this impromptu stream with Twitter down. I don't know how you got. I'm so glad you could find me outside of the Twitterverse. And thank you again over all the VIPs, all the gifts given. Oh, baby. I want to thank everybody for awesome, awesome time, awesome interaction. And we'll be leaving you with what song should we play?
You know, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
And one more for Stud and Satya.
I am doing more with less. Rustin feel he's the best. Now sign your chest, I am stirring Satya. Listen to me.
It would be so nice, dude, if they just talked about games. But it's all about the business and all about this stuff. And the solution is right there. Just bring the games. Hi-Fi is a good game, but dude, that's not what people are signing up for, dude. You know what people want. And you got to hype up that Starfield because that's going to maybe save you this year, because if that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, that's $7 billion. Satya may come looking for you. Send out the Satya ninjas. Well, thank you again, Grinders. Let's start. Phil, you got something to say? Thank you very much. And because this is the Gaming Grindhouse, we got to leave with the last song. The last song. Hit that like button on your way out. Tip your waiters. We are going. Last song. Satya, tell them what they need to do. What do you want them to do? Let them compete for the 5th. Compete, please. Good night, everybody. Hit that like button.